guys, let's get into my top 10 figures of the year. Alright, starting off strong with the number 10 spot, we have the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider. Now, this figure is he's just awesome. The articulation from the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man series with the toe joints and just the mold in general is just perfect body fit. Now, I was skeptical at first because of the jacket. I was like, okay, well, how is that going to affect the ab crunch? But it actually doesn't as much as I thought it would. It's a really cool looking figure. It's really awesome. I was actually close to buying the Mafex version, but when I was able to get this one at retail for the Marvel Legends price, I was happy to just buy this one instead of the $100 Mafex figure. So yeah, if you have the option to get this guy, I highly recommend. Alright, and for the number 9 spot, we have the McFarlane Toys Spawn Call of Duty collab figure, which was seen in Warzone from Call of Duty. This figure is really, really great. My biggest downfall is just the articulation. I love the war look with all of the ammo and stuff, but it does take a lot away from the articulation of the figure. I mean, with this big piece, you can barely get the legs up. You can't really get a lot of cool poses, and of course, as McFarlane does, you get the ginormous guns that don't really fit the figure scaling as they should. So trying to get this guy to hold it correctly is kind of tough. Plus this stupid headpiece always falls. But I could kind of get him close into holding the gun as I would want to. I like to have my figures, if they're holding an accessory, it's got to look right when they hold it. So let's see, if we get it like that. I think that's not that bad. Not perfect, but it's a decent look. It looks good from afar. But yeah, the Call of Duty Spawn from McFarlane Toys. And coming in at number 8, we have the Action Force from Valaverse Toys Condor. Now, I was not aware of Valaverse till just recently, this past year, and I was just blown away. From being younger and playing with action figures, G.I. Joe was always my favorite, and just the amount of articulation and detail they would put in, I thought was the best. And until I saw Valaverse's Action Force line, this just pummels over G.I. Joe. The fact that it's almost the same price and you get double the amount of accessories, the amount of detail, paint applications, everything is just insane. My only gripe with this figure is that the vest, I feel like, is a little bit too chunky. Like, it's a little bit too baggy. For some reason on the back it looks a little odd in this section, like from the side. But overall, really great looking figure. I mean, the cool thing is I can obviously replace the vest with the Action Force accessory packs that they offer. So I probably will eventually. But yeah, this is a really great looking figure. I love the gun. I love that it looks more realistic. I love that they give you actual fingers that can hold the rifle in the right ways. So yeah, really great looking figure. Action Force, they know what's up. Keeping in with that same realm, we have number 7 with the G.I. Joe Halo Jumper 60th Anniversary Classified figure. Now, this is a great figure. It's got a lot of cool accessories on it, as well as the parachute. I'm not going to take it out because it's a pain to put it back in there. Obviously, don't even have it all the way. But man, this is just a really great looking figure. Of course, the articulation is the best because of the giant jacket and everything that he's got on. But the amount of detail, I love that you can see the reflection in the goggles. And of course, you can take it all off. The other accessories that come with this figure are really great. The guns are cool. I wish they were just black, you know. I like the real painted looking guns. It looks more better rather than a green gun like that. That doesn't look really real. But I love that he's got the stuff on his little gauntlet right here so you can look at the pressure, whatever he's looking at. But yeah, really great looking figure. Coming in at number 6, we have the Marvel Legends Wolverine. Now, this was an anniversary figure. I'm not too sure on the date for that fig, but man, this is just a perfect looking Wolverine in my opinion. I just recently got into the whole X-Men kind of style. I was kind of hesitant to get into X-Men because, for one, I was afraid that I have to buy more figures because I already knew I was going to like them. So I started watching the Foxverse movies. I started kind of learning some more comic history. Then I watched the X-Men 97 from Disney Plus, and man, that was an awesome show. And I just fell in love with Wolverine and the whole X-Men gang. So having to get a definitive Marvel Legends X-Men, I knew getting this one as soon as they released it would be the way to go, and man, is he sick. Dropping in for number 5, we have the G.I. Joe Range Viper from Classified series. Now, I believe I got this guy at a local toy show, I think in San Jose, I believe. And as soon as I saw him on the shelf, I knew I had to get him no matter the price, because I remember seeing this guy release, I think he was a Walmart exclusive, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get that. For some reason, Walmart's here in Fresno, California, you do not get crap. So I already was like, made done that I'm not going to get this figure, and I was able to at a toy show. So this guy is just great. The articulation is awesome. The head sculpt with the brain exposed, whatever it is, the skull, it's just such a sick figure. I love everything about it. Yeah, I just a badass looking figure. The back part is really sick, how it connects to the head. You have the little antenna for the section right here for the walkie-talkie. There's some paint apps on this, which is really great. Some little, I think, bullets or little buttons and stuff. Yeah, really good looking figure. Just menacing, and he looks cool with a bunch of Cobra infantry troopers, so he just like mans a whole unit. So super sick. The Range Viper from G.I. Joe Classified. Keeping with G.I. Joe Classified, coming in at number 4, we have the Iron Grenadier Commander. I believe that's his name. So this figure I actually found at my local GameStop, and I was kind of hesitant. I was like, he looks kind of cool, and I believe this was in a package where you still, or I think you could see it. I'm not too sure if it's still a blister card or not. Anyways, I was just kind of skeptical. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this figure, but man, he just looks just awesome. Just super scary, super like, I don't know, it reminds me of Wolfenstein, or Wolfenstein, however you pronounce it, where they have like the kind of like German style. I'm not gonna say the name you guys are all referring to, but like just that way, like just looks super scary. I love the gun. I love that it's got the one red part right here for the handle. I don't like to use it though, because it's far at the end. It makes his arm really extend out. But this is a really great figure. He as well looks good with a bunch of infantry troopers, especially the Crimson Vipers. Put him with those, and he just looks menacing to be in control and command of that little unit. So, yeah, the Iron Grenadier from G.I. Joe Classified. I think a figure without due for the top 3 is a figure everybody's got, is the Daredevil Marvel Legends. Now, I'm a huge fan of Daredevil. He is probably my favorite Marvel character from all the comics. Just the fact that he has no definitive crazy powers. He's just a blind dude that has enhanced senses and stuff like that. He's just awesome. The fact that he just kicks so much ass for being just a plain old dude, kind of like Batman but with just enhanced senses, it's just awesome. He's a really cool character, and the design is just really great. My only downfall is the head articulation with this figure. For some reason I can't really, it's kind of like, it fights me if you notice it like that. It's kind of interesting because it has that little hinge right there, or that hole, so that he can go all the way up, but I guess this figure can't. I don't know if this is just mine or whatnot, but yeah. That's literally my only gripe with this figure. Everything is great. I wish the D&D maybe would have been a little bit on a different color, but not bad. This is a great figure. Like I said, Daredevil is one of my favorite characters. I'm super excited for Charlie Cox's return in the Disney Plus series. Super stoked for that. I loved the Netflix version, and I hope they do it justice by making it as dark and as awesome as it was on there. So, great figure. Awesome to pose around. Just a great figure. Like, people just carry this guy in their pockets. I can see why. He's super fun to pose, and he just looks great. So, yeah. Marvel Legends Daredevil. Alright, at our top 2 spot, we have a Mafex, or Mafex, I don't know how you pronounce it, everyone does it differently, Gambit. Now, once I got into X-Men, I knew I needed a Gambit figure, and there was no other option than the Mafex version. Obviously, you can tell from just his pose of why. He's just an absolute banger of a figure. The articulated coat is just so dynamic. The accessories for all the cards and everything that he does are just awesome. They are just a little heavy, so that's the only sucky thing, is you have to have this whole base plate just for him to hold it. I'm sure other people get creative with how to do it, but this is my best way. You get his staff, you get everything, and he's just, he's a great figure. Yeah, I'm super stoked to have this guy in my collection. I was very surprised when I got him for a good deal on Mercari. But yeah, Mafex Gambit. Nothing else to be said. Solid figure. judging from my action figure room, you can probably tell my most favorite side of comic books is DC. And no one represents DC better than the Batman. Now, this is like honestly the toy of the year, the toy of everything. It just stands out above everything with the articulation, the paint apps, the motion that it creates with the cape, with everything. Is just phenomenal. It's just, I don't know. When I first got this, I was speechless because I had wanted it for so bad, and it finally came back in on stock, I believe, on Big Bad Toy Store, and I was able to purchase it right away. I had no second thoughts, and I was like, I just gotta buy it, no matter the price. And I was so stoked because everyone else was selling these guys for like, what, $200 or way above what they normally go for. And so as soon as I had them, I held it in my hand. I was just, oh, I can't wait. And I was so scared to open it because I didn't want to break it or anything. And I also do not want to repose it because I just love the figure the way he is like this. I don't want to lose the pose. But man, just look at that thing. Even the seams from all the joints just don't look that bad compared to everybody else. Like, it's so hidden with the joints on the knee. It just looks like an added muscle. You know what I mean? It's really crazy. I also love how I have it on the display stand with the gargoyle, that I have this part hidden behind the cape, so you don't really see it. So it looks more dynamic that he's actually just doing this on himself. So yeah, the Mafex Batman, he pairs well with the Mafex Superman. I didn't want to put them both in because Batman's my favorite, and I already had another Mafex in the line, but I'll show you how he's posed on my display with him, and he just works perfect. I really hope Mafex gives us a definitive Justice League, and so building a Mafex Justice League would be just insane. Like a Mafex Wonder Woman, Dr. Fate, Martian Manhunter, Black Canary. I think that would just be really awesome. So yeah, that is my top 10 figures of the year, ending it strong with the Mafex Black Suit version Batman from the Hush series. Thank you guys for checking out my top 10 figures of the year from just different various companies. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And yeah, till next time. Take care, guys.